You are already dead, not today, not tomorrow, but the version of you that thought there was always more time. That version is already gone, and you have not even noticed. Right now, while you watch this, the clock is moving, not slowing, not waiting, moving. And here is the question that should keep you awake tonight. If someone could show you the exact number of days you have left, would you finally live differently? Or would you do nothing, the way you did nothing yesterday and the day before that? 2,000 years ago, a man with more money than almost anyone alive looked his own death in the face and discovered something that terrified him. He realized he had been robbed, not of gold, not of land, of something he could never get back. And the thief was not a stranger. The thief was him. His name was Seneca. He was an advisor to emperors, one of the richest men in Rome, a writer whose words still cut like a blade. And one day he sat down to write a letter to a friend who was wasting his life, a friend who kept saying the words you have said 100 times. I will start tomorrow when things calm down, when I have more time. Seneca picked up his pen, and what he wrote was not gentle. It was a verdict. He wrote that we are not given a short life. We make it short. We are not poor in time. We are wasteful with it. Imagine a man, he said, who inherits a vast fortune, and he hands it out carelessly. A coin to this flatterer, a coin to that stranger, a handful to anyone who asks, until one morning he wakes up with nothing and can't understand how he became poor. That man, Seneca said, is you. Except the fortune is not money, it is the hours of your life, and you are giving them away to people and distractions that do not even remember your name. But here is what almost no one realizes about Seneca. He was not writing this from a mountaintop of peace. He was writing it from inside a cage. Because years before this letter, Seneca had been ripped out of his comfortable life and thrown to the edge of the known world. Accused of a crime many believe he never committed, he was exiled to the island of Corsica, a barren rock, far from Rome, far from his books, far from everyone he loved. He went from dining with the powerful to staring at an empty horizon with nothing but time. Endless, crushing time. And in that silence, something broke open in him. Because for the first time, the noise stopped, the dinners stopped, the flattery, the politics, the urgent little tasks that had eaten his days for decades, all of it gone. And in that stillness, he was forced to look at the one thing the busy man never looks at, the size of what he had already lost. He later wrote a line that should be carved into the desk of every person who feels their life slipping away. He said, "People are frugal in guarding their personal property. But as soon as it comes to wasting time, they are most wasteful of the one thing in which it is right to be stingy." Think about that. You would never let a stranger walk into your home and take your wallet. You would fight, you would scream. But every single day, you let strangers walk off with something far more valuable, and you do not even look up. And this is where it gets uncomfortable, because the thief is wearing a disguise. Stop for a moment. Think about your own yesterday. 24 hours. Where did they go? You remember waking up. You remember going to sleep. But the middle, the vast ocean of hours in between, can you actually account for it? Or did it dissolve into a fog of scrolling, half-watched videos, conversations you will never remember, worries about things that never happened? You were busy all day. You were exhausted by night. And yet, if you are honest, you cannot point to a single hour and say, "That one was mine. I chose it. I lived it." That is the theft Seneca is describing. It is not dramatic. It does not feel like a robbery. It feels like a normal Tuesday. And that is exactly why it is so dangerous. The loss of money announces itself. The loss of time is silent. You do not feel the hours leaving. You only feel, years later, a strange ache when you realize how many of them are gone. Seneca watched this happen to powerful men all around him, men who said they would relax and enjoy life at 50, at 60, after one more promotion, after one more deal. And he watched them die at the desk, mid-sentence, still postponing the life they swore they would eventually live. He called them the most pitiable creatures of all, men who spent their whole lives preparing to live and never actually lived. And then he wrote the sentence that changes everything. The sentence that is the foundation of his entire method. He said, "You live as if you will live forever. The thought of human frailty never enters your head. You waste time as though your supply were endless. when all the while that very day you are giving away might be your last. Which brings us to the question I asked at the beginning. If you could see your own death clock, the real number, would it change you? Seneca believed the answer was yes, but only if you do something most people are too afraid to do. And it was on that barren island, staring at the sea, that he figured out exactly what that something was. He built it into 4 brutal steps, and the first one will feel like a punch to the chest. Step 1. Look at the clock and admit it is running. This sounds simple. It is the hardest thing a human being can do, because every part of your mind is built to hide your own death from you. You know, intellectually, that you will die, but you do not feel it. You live, Seneca says, as if your supply of days were infinite. So the first step is to break that illusion on purpose. To sit down and do the math you have been avoiding. If you live to a normal age, how many weeks do you have left? Not an abstract number, your number. People who actually do this report the same thing, a cold electric jolt, because the number is always smaller than the feeling. The feeling says forever. The number says no. The number says hurry. Step 2. Find the thief. Name it out loud. Seneca demanded specifics. Where exactly is your time being stolen? Not vaguely. Precisely. The 2 hours that vanish into a glowing screen before you even get out of bed. The job that eats your best energy and gives you back exhaustion. The relationship that drains you and gives nothing. The yes you say when every cell in your body is screaming us. Seneca said, most people protect their property fiercely and give their hours away for free. So name the thieves, write them down, because a thief you cannot see can rob you forever. A thief you have named is already half defeated, and modern science backs him up in a way that would have stunned him. Researchers who study how people behave when they are made aware of limited time found something remarkable. When the runway feels infinite, we chase more stuff, more contacts, more noise. But when time feels short, when we genuinely feel the clock, our priorities snap into focus almost instantly. We stop chasing more, we start choosing better, we invest in the few people and the few things that actually matter. Seneca discovered with a pen what laboratories would confirm 2,000 years later. The awareness of death is not morbid. It is the most powerful clarity tool a human being has ever found. Step 3. Reclaim 1 block, today, not tomorrow. This is where the method becomes real. Seneca had no patience for the man who plans to change his entire life next year. He believed in the next hour. So you take 1 block of time, even 30 minutes, and you wall it off. It belongs to no boss, no algorithm, no stranger. It belongs to the life you actually want to live. You read, you create, you sit with someone you love, and you are truly there. 1 reclaimed block proves to your own mind that the prison door was never locked. You were free the whole time. You just never tried the handle. Step 4. Live as if you have been given today as a gift you might have to return tonight. This is the heart of all of it. Seneca did not want you to be paralyzed by fear of death. He wanted the opposite. He wanted you so awake to the value of this single day that you stop sleepwalking through it. Begin at once to live, he wrote, and count each separate day as a separate life. Not the whole future, not the whole past, just today. Whole, complete, yours. So here's what you do tonight before you sleep. Take 1 sheet of paper, write down the number of weeks you likely have left, your real number. Sit with the discomfort, then write down 1 thief, the single biggest one stealing your hours. And then write 1 block of time tomorrow that you're taking back, no matter what. That is it. That is the whole death clock in 1 page. It will take you 4 minutes, and it may be the 4 minutes that changes everything, because the question was never whether you will die. You will. The question is whether you will wake up before you do. Seneca lost his freedom, lost his comfort, lost almost everything, and on a barren island, he found the one thing most people die without ever holding. He found his own time, and he spent the rest of his life trying to hand it to you across 2,000 years through these exact words. The clock is still running. It has not stopped once during this video, but for the first time, you are listening to it. So do not let this be another thing you watched and forgot. Pick up the pen tonight, write your number, take back 1 hour, and if this reached something real in you, subscribe and stay close, because the next idea we explore could be the one that finally sets you free.